you.
All right. Well, today we have the pleasure of meeting with Keith Grant. He's the owner of Midway down in Cody and Worland, and also a partner up here in Laurel, correct?
That's right.
All right. Well, how you doing today, Keith?
Doing awesome. How's it going?
It's going pretty well up here too. Let's just get started pretty simple here. Just why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and how you kind of got into the RV business.
Perfect. So I grew up with cars all around me. My dad had a mechanic and body shop called Midway Motors down in Lovell, Wyoming. And so we grew up in the body shop, learning how to work on cars and learning all about them and cleaning them and kind of doing anything that he needed us to do. And then my older brother, Ken, he started the first Midway Auto sales in Lovell. He just started off with like 5 cars, and he made sure they were really good for the people, sold them, and he liked doing that, and he liked talking to people, and so he continued on buying and selling cars. So I was at college and saw he was very successful at it. It was good for the community, just lots of good things about it, and so I propositioned him and asked him if we could open one in Cody. And so we opened one in Cody, and that was very, very good. Worked really well. I think one of the things that our dad has instilled in us is hard work. And so we're always trying to work the hardest for our customers. We're always trying to make sure our vehicles and campers are the very best that they can be for our customers. And we put in time, effort, energy to make sure that's happened. I think a lot of our success comes from that hard work that we learned from our dad.
Awesome. So you got the one in Cody, and then how did the Worland and Laurel locations come to be?
Yeah, so Cody did fantastic. We have a really great business plan. It's basically selling better vehicles for less money. The same we've gone with the campers. When we first got into campers, we tried different brands, and we figured out, hey, there is a huge difference between brands, right? Like there's some really well-built brands, and there's some brands that are not built so well. And obviously we gravitated toward the really well-built quality brands.
So yeah, you're definitely talking about getting into campers. What kind of drove the decision to start adding campers to the mix from just being a normal car dealership? How did that happen?
Yeah, so we saw that there was a need in our community for a good RV dealership, and really all in northern Wyoming, there really wasn't someone who did a really, really good job for their customers, and so that we wanted to be that company. Sure. And so we got it. We grew fast. We worked hard. We did things the right way, and we grew. And then as we grew in Cody, we opened the Worland location, and then we opened the Laurel location. Chris Grant, who's also family, my nephew, him and I partnered and went in and opened the Worland location together, and that's been very successful. Done a great job for that community, and now we're moving into the Billings area. We see a need there for someone who's going to work harder for the people in Billings, right? Like, you're not just going to be a number with us. You're going to be family and friends, and we're going to treat you right. And you can come to us and get a really, really great quality camper and know that we have the service, and we're going to take care of you.
Awesome. So that's actually next on the list here to talk about the new Billings location. It's ginormous. How is that going to be different? Expanding to that kind of scale, that's a huge store, and definitely will probably have a little different feel than your current stores right now, with being more kind of mom and pop shops. Talk about that difference and what that's going to look like.
Right. So one of the reasons and one of the things that we decided to expand into Billings is we did see a need in the market for a bigger dealership that had really good selection, but also, like you said, mom and pop shop. Like, we want to treat people the same way that we're treating people now, right? We want to know their names when they come in. We want to have relationships. We want to be friends. Uh, we want our kids to be in sports together, and we want, to be on committees or whatever in the community together.
Sure.
We're still going to be a mom and pop shop on the scale that people can come and get whatever they need.
Yeah.
So we want to have a really great selection of pre-owned vehicles that are top notch, and we're going to have brand new and used campers and RVs that are awesome. So people will be able to come to Midway and feel like family, feel like friends, and really get that quality of experience, but still have the selection of a really, really big dealership.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And it definitely seems like the more time that goes by, the companies and dealerships that still cling to the old ways of doing things just really are starting to fall off, and the ones that do focus more on customers are kind of growing a lot more. Is that kind of the goal here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely the goal. I mean, we
Awesome.
see other RV dealerships that just treat people like a number, and
Yeah.
we know we can do a lot better than that.
Excellent. So just talk a little bit about what it means to you. I mean, you got into this, like you said, propositioned your brother to get into the business, and now it's getting to the point it's getting huge. I mean, what's that building? 30,000 square feet in Billings. Um, how does that make you feel seeing all that success for Midway?
One of the things that helps me feel the best, and we have company meetings every month, and just seeing all the people in the community that work for us, and how our business affects the community and those people's lives, and that for me is like a huge game changer and benefit to know, like, hey, I can do something with the money that I've earned and saved in my life to help other people and to provide incomes and jobs, and not only that, but treat people in a great way when they come. I want people to come and work for me that want, I want them to be
Yeah.
excited to come to work every day,
Yeah.
right? Because they know they're gonna get treated right. They know they're gonna be part of something that's growing and it's good, and I want to help the community. So it makes me feel good to be able to expand to this level and to know, like, hey, I hope we have 80 plus employees there at the new building,
That'd be
and we can help
awesome.
those families, and along with servicing the community and giving a great product to Billings.
Awesome. So kind of talking about people and how Midway conducts his business. We've been talking the last couple weeks about some of these core values that we try to instill here at Midway. I'm going to give you a tough one here. I'm sure you know them all. If you don't, they're right behind me. I want you to pick one that probably that best describes you, like in your own opinion. What would you say?
One that best describes me.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the core values, or I'd like to add put a couple in there. One that describes me, I think, is ingenuity. I love to always be looking for the niche. I always like to be looking for what people need and what people want, and try to figure out ways to help things and make things happen. I think that's been a great part of my personal success. Something that I hold very dear also is integrity, right?
Yeah.
I want to be 100% honest with people, in my life, in my job, at home. That's something very, very important to me, and I want people to have integrity back with me also. And that's why that's probably number one on core values is, first of all and foremost, we have to be honest and have integrity
Yep.
ourselves.
I agree. Um, let's lighten it up a little bit. We've had some people asking that, we're the experts here on RVs and camping. So I'm sure you know some pretty sweet secret camping spots. Where's your favorite place to go?
Well, if I tell you all, then you'll all be there with me. And one of the reasons why you go camping is to get away, right?
Right. You got to
But
go
I will
unplugged.
I'll tell you a really special spot. And that's up on the Bighorn Mountains, Porcupine Falls. So if you haven't gone to Porcupine Falls, it's something pretty special and pretty beautiful. You basically hike down into a big hole. It has a really good trail. When you get down there, it's a gorgeous waterfall and a big pool of water. And you can actually cliff jump there if you want, but the water's freezing cold. But all around that area up above that on the Bighorns is unbelievably beautiful. And so I think that's one of my favorite camping spots.
All right. Yeah. And then I'm sure one of the perks of owning a chain of RV dealerships is you probably get to try some of them out. What's your favorite RV? What do you like camping?
That's tough. So I own a Cougar.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that's my favorite RV. I guess we want to carry the very best brand of RV for what you're doing, right? Like I have really good friends that go to the sand dunes a lot, and obviously I have a toy hauler. I love toy haulers also, but and I do switch my RVs quite a bit because I can try them out. So Raptors are by far the best quality fifth wheel toy hauler. Not even close.
Oh yeah.
So if anyone comes and checks them out, like quality wise, there may be other ones that are like lipstick on a pig. They like look pretty good.
Yep.
But when it comes to like quality, sticking together, like cold and strong, and resale value, that's Raptor. Sure.
That's awesome. All right, last question before we let you go here. I know there's some conversation about who would win in a wrestling match between you and Chris.
I don't think there's probably much conversation in wrestling.
No, he's right behind me, so I gotta try to make him laugh a little bit. But
yep, I got an ear to prove it.
Yeah. All right, Keith. Well, hey, we appreciate it very much. We appreciate you taking the time to get on and tell us a little bit about yourself and Midway, and we'll look forward to talking to you again sometime.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eddie.